the YouTube algorithm, I'm sure. Murdering me. Oh, okay. Let's open up the old YouTube. Let's go to my stream. I do need to find a better way of doing this, because having my laptop just constantly running on battery power, just like draining itself, is not really the ideal situation. But, you know, when life gives you lemons and all that. Yeah, I genuinely can't remember the last time I did KSP, but let's do it. Kerbal. We're going to do the UK Space Agency, as is typical of me. I always... What did I turn on? I always turned on Kerbal G-force limits. That's what I turned on. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it! You're not the only one not needed. Bean is here. Ah, those birds. Alright, welcome to Kerbal Space Program in career mode. It is a very old game, so you will see minor graphical issues. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine. Are the settings cranked all the way up? Yes, they are. Holy Jesus, look at that. Oh, beautiful. If Kerbal Space Program could be beautiful, it is. But anyway, first thing we do, mission control. Yes. Yes. Whatever. Vehicle assembly building. Boom. This is where we make our rocket. Grab a command pod. That's gonna get me demonetized. I'm pretty sure I turned off the music, so I'm a bit confused why that's still going on, but launch. Okay, this is the Hippity Hoppity Mark 1, the worst rocket known to humanity. We got little Jebediah Kerbal in here, and all we do is we yeet him into the atmosphere. Then we do a crew report while he's halfway up. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Trust me, I'm an expert. Why is Adrian's thing an anime girl now? Anyway, once you finish yeeting your Kerbal into space, or barely into space, maybe don't flip him around a million times, and then deploy the parachute. Jebediah, don't worry, we're gonna get you home. Probably. I hope so, anyway. The spinning is not usually a great sign, if I'm honest with you. I also don't want it to go down that way. I want it to go down that way. I wonder if this might be too fast. It might rip the parachute and we might all die. I believe the parachute rips at 350, so hopefully we start slowing down reasonably quickly. Here we go. Here we go. We're slowing down. Don't let it roll. This thing, imagine it's like a missile, right? You want it to come down at like the thickest part so that we get the most air resistance. If it rolls over like that, we're going to start speeding up a bit. So, oh, I can't roll it back over now. Uh-oh. We'll be fine. We slowed down enough. We'll do the little wiggles. There we go. See? I'm an expert. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Jeb, brace, parachute deploys, and then we just wait until we impact the ground. Boom. Very, very slowly. All right, there we go. Then we EVA Jeb. Take the old EVA report, get back in, recover the vessel. Boom. Easy. Easy, easy. Oh my god, is this actually the first game I've ever played on the channel, which I know what I'm doing? Probably. Basic rocketry, and then engineering 101. And I need a little bit more for everything else, so we'll have to do another. I can escape the atmosphere for sure. Oh, I don't want to do any of those. I don't want to do any of that. We'll do that one. So we have to escape the atmosphere now, which is a little bit more difficult, obviously. Someone remind me to turn off the music. Otherwise I am going to get demonetized. Alright, this is Max's quick and dirty atmosphere escape rocket. What it is 2 solid fuel boosters stacked on top of each other with a couple basic fins so that we don't spin out and die. This is technically enough to escape the atmosphere. It is technically enough. The question you should be asking, though, is it safe? And the answer to that question is definitely not. I'm going to be honest with you, if I was Jeb, I would not get in this. But fortunately, I'm not Jeb. Do we have a cargo container? Or anything? Do we have anything useful? No. Okay, well, this'll do. Probably. Turn off the music, thank you. Good job, Max. Thank you, Zombie, thank you. Alright. Music is, like, off. So if it happens again, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. Right. Before we take off, we want to observe the goo, which will give us science. The goo doesn't seem to be doing much right now. Cool. Then we want to take a temperature, which is normal. As you can see, it's pretty balmy on Kerbal right now. That is in Kelvin, for those of you wondering. If you know the conversion, please do it in your head, because I will not be. Throttle up, 100%, SAS on, and then just like NASA, cross your fingers. Alright, Jeb, you'll be fine. You'll be fine, don't worry about it. We're going to check the goo while we're in flight. It jiggles and wobbles. Jiggle, jiggle. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Jiggle, jiggle. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Jiggle, jiggle. Okay, we're going to escape the atmosphere. That's the plan. That's the goal. Seems to be working quite well. We're going to stage now. Alright, now we're in the little atmospheric... I'm going to call it my atmospheric ascent vehicle. I'm going to slow down just a touch and then engage the booster. And I'm kind of going a little bit of an angle so that we don't... To be honest, so we don't burn up on the way back in. Jeb is going to have a fun flight. He might burn up. I'm not going to lie. I don't fancy his chances. I'm going to keep the bottom stage for as long as I can, because that will kind of protect the command module a little bit. And ladies and gentlemen, at 7,200 meters, or 72,000 meters, sorry, we passed the Kármán line and we are in space. Usually there's a fun little song that plays, but obviously I've got the music off. Yeah, no, it's already demonetized. We might as well just, like, go into it now, you know? Okay. Jeb's gonna go quite high. He's gonna go to 104. Okay. He might not survive this. I'm not gonna lie, Jeb. You better buckle up. All he can see out of his capsule is this. I think if we can roll it around, we might be able to see the Earth. Oh, no, we cannot see anything. Hello? Where is the planet? Ah, there it is. Ah, beautiful. Look at that. 2010s graphics right there, boys. Anyway. Jeb, please brace for impact. I am not sure what's going on with the graphics down there. I'm just going to kind of pretend that isn't happening. Is that the sea floor that I'm currently looking at? Like, what is that? I don't know, but we're coming down. We're coming down hot. Oh, we're coming in hot. Okay, we're gonna stage. Jeb's fine. Oh, he's fine. Oh, he's gonna be okay. We're gonna be just fine, okay? I wasn't worried. We're gonna land in this weird bit of the sea. Hopefully there is a sea here, and it's not just like straight down to the bottom of the ground, because that's what it looks like. Hello? Game? Okay, this is a weird landing. It's a weird landing. That's not normal. That is not normal. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is not what it's supposed to look like. But we should be landing any moment now. I hope. There we go. Well, we're down. It looks a little weird, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Recover the vessel. Okay, how much science do we get from that one? Solid 77. We got a lot of dosh as well. Got no. Well, the only other task we've got is to orbit Kerbal. I don't really need anything here. I would like this. This is an unpaid research program, so for every 23% reputation we gain, which is this bar up here, we're going to get 1 science. Honestly, well worth it. Rep does not really do anything useful in the early game, so, you know? Right. To orbit, that's not going to get the job done. Hang on. I've actually got research that I have to use, otherwise orbiting is going to be a one-way trip. That's useful. Stability is actually surprisingly useless. Survivability is useful. Do I have enough for anything else? No. Okay, then we will grab stability. Only because I have to, not because I want to. Bum. Right. Parachute on top. Very important. Do we have a payload? We do have a payload. So this service bay is great because we can put stuff in it and it's not going to get burned up on re-entry. We actually have a heat shield now, which, if you know anything about spaceflight, heat shields are important. So when it comes to science, we need to strap all this in as much as we can, because the more science we have, the less of this we have to do, and the quicker we can get to actually useful stuff. Or cool stuff, like landing on the moon. Now, as long as it's in this bay, it won't burn up, which is the reason we have the bay. That's probably enough. Honestly, I should probably add more of these barometers, because I haven't had them before, so... maybe fit another 2 in there, and then close up the bay. Beautiful. Get a decoupler. Alright, and then we're actually going to use liquid fuel this time. The great thing about liquid fuel is you can turn it on and off. So you don't have to use up all your fuel in one single burn. You can, like, you know, manage it, I guess. We'll probably have to upgrade the runway, but we'll figure that out when we get there. Right. I wouldn't necessarily recommend riding in this rocket, just for the record. Like, odds of survival are not great, but it will get you to space if you don't die. Probably. 50-50. He is just riding on a massive rocket. I bet you any money... yeah, we'll have to upgrade the launch pad. He's riding on top of a missile, which is exactly what early rockets were, so he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, boys! He'll be fine. Jeb's an expert, okay? When it comes to flying aircraft, there's no one better than Jebediah Kerman. I say as I immediately start the recording, because I'm pretty sure I know how this ends. Okay, Jeb. T-minus 5, 4, 3... hang on. Hang on. Oh, okay, that's fine. Launch. I was like, why are we missing boosters? Doesn't really matter. I think we'll still get there, probably. 50. I mean, you know, it's kind of a little bit lamer now. It looks a little bit more like a proper rocket and less like a launch it into outer space kind of thing, but whatever. I wonder if this will just single-handedly get us all the way up into space, because if it does, that would be quite useful. I'm gonna maybe try and start the angle. I am holding the D key for the record. We are not moving. Mostly because the air is whipping by us at 1,140 meters per second, which is quite fast. Gonna stage. Did that push us? Yeah, it did. It pushed us way out into space, so we can hold on to that for a second. Remember, 72,000 meters is the Kármán line, which is the line between Earth and space. There you go. We are in space now. So now there's no air resistance, so we can turn a lot easier. Gonna turn so that we're sort of facing towards the planet a little bit, like that. And then we'll start our orbit burn. Technically, solid fuel is not the correct choice of fuel to use for an orbit burn, because you obviously can't turn it off, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Okay, then we're going to stage. And it's our first liquid fuel burn. It's looking good. I'm going to stop burning for just a sec. I want to get to the apoapsis, which is the highest point of your orbit. It's called the apoapsis. If you burn at the apoapsis, it's more efficient. Don't ask me why. I'm sure there's a science reason for it, but I don't know. We should have enough fuel for this. It's about 2,300 meters per second is for an orbit. Ooh, it's going to be tight. Ooh, it's going to be tight. That is, I think, technically an orbit, but it is very, very close. Did we get into orbit? Is this an orbit? Okay, hang on. What's the... Okay, so we're not actually orbiting yet because we haven't got the money for orbiting yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to this point because I think this is the lowest bit of our orbit. We are basically out of fuel, so this has to be a very, very small burn or Jeb is not coming home. And just like a... Is that enough? Yes. Okay, we are now in orbit around Kerbal. We also, the more astute of you may have noticed, we have 54 meters per second of delta V left, which means that if we don't get this burn right, Jeb is going to be locked up here forever. So we're going to turn retrograde, which is this little thing here, a little marker on the nav ball. So that's against the orbit is retrograde, and then we're going to burn. And then we're immediately going to stage, because that's going to push us a little bit more. And then we're going to open this up, because I think we should have some stuff to take, right? Yep. Did we observe the goo last time? We did, that's fine. Can I take a crew report, maybe? Nope, okay. Hopefully, we're no longer in orbit. It's going to be very close, but I think we will... be within the atmosphere, I hope. We're gonna find out in about 5 seconds. Okay, we're in. So, we're about to deorbit. So we're gonna point our capsule retrograde, because we've got the little heat shield, which actually generates lift, pushing us upwards and slowing us down. So, we're gonna point retrograde, and we're just gonna kind of hang out here for a bit. I think it's going to take us a couple... Oh, it's going to take us a couple orbits, I would imagine, because we're not really dipping that low into the atmosphere. We're just kind of skimming along the top. But obviously, as we do... I don't know if we're going to get any lower than this. We'll see. As we do, our orbit is shrinking. You can kind of see that it's getting smaller. I don't know if you guys can see that on YouTube, but it is getting smaller. So we are definitely going to land. 100%. It's going to be a very gentle entry, which is going to be great for Jeb. Yeah, so we are going to land. We're probably going to land on the land. We're going to land on the land, which is going to be good, because that will give us some new science. Alright. You see that burning? That's totally normal, okay? Don't worry about it. Totally okay. As long as we've got enough ablator in the heat shield, we won't die. However, if at any point that runs out, Jeb is going to, he's going to be a marshmallow. Ooh, it's going to be tight, but I think we will land on the land. Hopefully not on the huge mountains, as that would be disastrous. I'm going to open the parachute now. I believe I've got some pressures I need to take. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this for space engineers. That would be terrible. Okay, and here we go. We have successfully orbited Kerbal and returned. Hopefully it stops rolling at some point. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Done that one already. We've done that one already, so it should be that one left. Let's observe the goo. Let's take the temperature. And let's do a crew report. That's EVA. Should be able to do an EVA report. And then we can recover. Easy! Easy! I mean, you know, it was just a suborbital or an orbital spaceflight around Kerbal. It's probably the easiest thing to do in this game, but we've done it. We've done it. Now we need to, what do we need to do? We want to fly by the Mun. That's going to be a lot more difficult. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's going to be a process. That's going to be a process. We're going to grab advanced rocketry for sure. And then I will probably grab... Ooh, flight control is useful. Basic science is obviously critical for a lot of this stuff. But I think general construction is more important right now. Especially if we want to get to the Mun. So we're going to grab that. Okay. Now, this is where it gets difficult. We're going to build a new rocket. Now, getting to the Mun is a bit of a process. It's a bit of a process. Admittedly, the rocket starts off much the same way as the last one did. I probably could have just used the same top stage, but whatever. I remind you that the Americans had the massive Apollo rocket with the Saturn V, and I've got this, so, you know, don't forget that. Anyway, ideally I'd want to send a scientist with him, but currently the only, like, command module I have is this one. And if I send that up to the moon, we will definitely die on re-entry, so we probably don't want to do that. We probably just want to send the most basic. So, there's a couple different types of Kerbals in Kerbal Space Program. Jeb is a pilot, there's an engineer, he can repair things, and there's a scientist, which will give you more research per mission, which is obviously lovely, because research gives you more parts, which means you can go further, etc, etc. However, okay, so that's going to be the fuel tank that's going to bring us home. That's going to have a Terrier engine. No. So that's home, that's 530, that should be fine. Now I need a fuel tank to get us there. It's going to be something like that with a swivel. Okay, and now I need a fuel tank to get us out the atmosphere, which is going to be something like this. And we're probably going to be hitting the parts limit pretty soon, so I might not put caps on those. We'll try it with the caps, and if it's too much, then we'll have to take them off. Okay. Okay. There is a 50% chance you make it, Jeb. I'm going to be honest with you. What if we get rid of those? Alright. Alright. Now, when I played Kerbal Space Program last, I was a kid, okay? And the way I got to the moon is not really the way that you're supposed to get to the moon. But to be honest with you, you guys are just going to have to deal with it. Because this is the way I've always done it. And I know, for all of you people who actually know how to play Kerbal Space Program, this is going to bother you severely. And I don't care. Alright, so the moon is there. We are here. And if we just kind of yeet ourselves directly at it from this angle, maybe a little bit more. If we just kind of yeet ourselves that way, I think we'll make it. And we will now demonstrate. It is time for moon missions, by the way, Terrier. Terrier? Sorry. Haven Stranger. I call this the Mark 1 eyeball. It's great. It's great. 50% of the time, it works every time, as long as you have enough delta V to get there. Does it work for Mars missions? No. But for moon missions, yeah, perfect. You know, orbital mechanics, don't even need to worry about it. Alright, Bean? Don't worry about it. Just eyeball it. A message brought to you by the government of Jakia. Bum bum ba-dum. And we're gonna stage. Alright, so this is the rocket to get us to the moon. I hope. Yeah, basically got the job done, I hope. Stage. Final engine. Right, now with our current tracking station, there's literally no way to know if I eyeballed this correctly. So we're just gonna kind of hope and pray, which is what I usually do in most video games. It's looking good. It's looking good. All those years of not understanding orbital mechanics, well, it worked out for me there. Boom. Technically a flyby of the moon, which is the only thing we have to do for the contract. However, as we are currently flybying the moon, we should do our goo. 20 science. It's a vacuum. Amazing. Perfect. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be quite an aggressive landing for little old Jeb here, but he'll be fine, alright? He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I mean, we're only gonna be coming in at like 4,000 meters per second. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, boys. Don't even worry about him. You know that he knows what he's doing, or at least he knew what he signed up for, I assume. Okay, just before Jeb actually does impact the ground and die, we're going to point retrograde and burn as hard as we possibly can. Because he's got about, 5-6 minutes left to live, if we don't. It's going to burn through as much of this fuel as we humanly possibly can to slow him down. Stage immediately. I think he's gonna live. I think he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be just fine. See? Do I know what I'm doing or what? SpaceX? Never heard of them. Max Misty 122's YouTube channel thing? Best space engineer. Are they called space engineers? I don't know. What was that noise? Uh-oh. I think that was just the fuel tank exploding. I was tabbed out though. Boom. Let us observe the goo. Let us log the pressure data, which we've already done apparently. And the temperature? Yeah. Easy. You know, we probably had enough delta V left to just land on that. Right, we have 104. We can afford to get one of these if we wanted it. I kind of want fuel systems a little bit, not gonna lie, for the bigger fuel tanks. But I think I'm gonna get basic science and flight control. Because that will give me landing on the next one, which... I mean, you can probably gather that the next thing is going to be orbit, and then the next thing is going to be land. Honestly, to orbit the moon, I don't need to make any changes to this spacecraft. It was fine as it was. We just once again have to use the Mark 1 eyeball. This is not how it's supposed to be done, for the record. You're supposed to orbit Kerbal first, and then burn to the moon, but, you know. Ah! Did that happen the last time? I don't think that happened the last time, did it? No, we definitely had 4 engines burning the last time. This could be an issue for us. That is a thing that has occurred. That might be bad. I'm not quite sure why that keeps happening. But, I also don't know if I eyeballed this perfectly. I'm sure we'll be fine. Probably. Guess we'll find out in about 5 minutes. I should actually not burn until I'm out the atmosphere. So if I burn in the atmosphere, it's not as efficient with this engine, although it doesn't seem to make that much difference. Oh, this is gonna be very, very close. This is not the way this is supposed to be done. I think we're gonna have enough delta V to do it though. But Jeb is going to be coming down a lot faster than he did last time, because I'm not going to have a huge amount of delta V left to slow him down at the end. If I even have enough delta V for this at all, because that is burning through a lot of it. Ooh. Okay, hopefully that's enough. Hopefully my eyeball still, my Mark 1 eyeball still comes in clutch here. It does. Okay, now we have to burn to slow down our orbit, which is always a little bit concerning. Rocket, hello Alta. Ooh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be real close. I don't know if we're gonna have enough delta V. Okay. We are now orbiting the moon. Excellent. We've already got all the data from high above the moon, which is why I burned a little bit more so that we could get close to the moon. So once we get here, we should be close to the moon, which means I can get more science than what I got before. We're going to actually point retrograde this time. Alright guys, damn it, we're still high. There's not anything I can do about that, to be honest. If I don't burn now to, like, escape, we won't have enough to get back, I don't think. That should be more than enough to escape the moon. I hope. Yeah. Right, so we're currently on a course to actually exit the entire Kerbal system, which is not ideal for Jeb's survival, obviously. Obviously, that's not going to be great, but we will fix it. We will fix it. First, though, we're just going to take some temperature and observe the goo and all that sort of stuff. It's very round. It is indeed. Okay. Then we're going to let this just kind of go for a bit, which I know seems like a bit of a weird strategy, but it will make sense. What you have to understand is I don't have that much delta V. I have enough to, like, slow us down a bit, but I don't have enough to slow us all the way down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn a little bit just to make sure we're in Kerbal's orbit, gravitational well, you get the idea. Then we're going to get to the apoapsis, and then we're going to burn to make sure that we end up in the atmosphere. And then I acknowledge the fact that Jeb is going to be coming down very, very fast. And there's not a whole lot I can do about that. So, you know, if I was Jeb, I would be writing messages to my family, you know. That is probably good. We'll find out in about 6 seconds. It's below 60, yeah. Well, the Mark 1 eyeball let me down a bit. Hopefully that's within Kerbal's atmosphere. Where is the... We must be... Okay, it was not quite within Kerbal's atmosphere. We're gonna have to try that again. But this time slow down a little bit more. Just a touch, you know? That's probably fine there. I'm gonna save just a little bit of fuel. That's gotta be within the atmosphere now, surely. We'll find out. We'll find out. And by we, I mean, of course, Jeb will find out in about 6 seconds. Alright, Jeb, buckle up. Where is the planet? Where is the planet? Oh, there it is. Purple button, you say? Okay, so... Yep, we're gonna be within the atmosphere this time. That's interesting. I thought you had to upgrade the thing first. Alright, what is this called? Aero braking, I believe is what they call it. Holy Jesus. We might not have that engine much longer. Oh, we might not have the thing much longer if we don't stage right now. Okay. Alright, we are coming in hot, boys. Holy Jesus. Brace for impact. Jeb, you're gonna be okay. Jeb, you're gonna be alright. Don't worry about it, Jeb. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're gonna be okay. Yeah, see? What did I tell you? We're fine. I need to see you staging. Yeah, there we go. Get a parachute out. Jeb! Welcome back! Welcome back. I think we're gonna be okay. Parachute deploys. Perfect. Perfect! Your entry point below 20 has a habit of being splody, but I think you got away with it. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert Kerbal Space Program player, probably. I played this all the time as a kid. It's been a little bit, to be honest, and I never really played Kerbal Space Program right, but I believe in us. Just like I believe in Father Christmas. Alright, is that land on the moon? Presumably? Yeah, okay. Right. So, to land on the moon, I will need landing gear. The plan is relatively simple. However, we will find out if it's actually going to work. First off, I want these to not disconnect. Because that's kind of annoying. Oh, can I afford to upgrade this? Yeah, we got enough money. So if you upgrade the Space Center, you get more parts that you can use per vessel, which we will need because obviously this is becoming quite a big vessel now. Right, my plan is simple. Instead of building a new rocket, we'll just use the one we've already got. We'll strap on a couple extra fuel tanks. Don't I have a thing now? Reaction wheel? Yeah, it's a small one though. Couple fuel tanks, couple aerodynamic nose cones, couple Terrier engines. Strut that together so it doesn't fall apart on us, and then we just need landing gear. Just like that. Odds are this will probably get us to where we're going. Probably. So stages, separates, burns. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. I wasn't at work, you were cosplaying a SpaceX. What do you mean? I'm not cosplaying a SpaceX, I'm better than SpaceX. My rockets aren't lame and reusable. You know? That's lame. Who would want that? My rockets are one-trick ponies, you know? I probably should do this properly, just to prove that I can, but, I don't know, the Mark 1 eyeball hasn't let us down so far, so, you know, why would we... If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Launch. Alright, Jeb. Prepare yourself. This may be a one-way trip, I'm not gonna lie. Owen, I'm fine, okay? I'm fine. I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert. I think. Alright, perfect. Let's stage. Is that going to get us out the atmosphere already? Probably it'll be close, but it probably won't get us all the way out. Let's see. Yep, I mean, it's close enough. Okay. Let's engage the main engine to burn the rest of the way. Probably could... So right now I've got the swivel engine, which has a little gimbal on it, so it makes it more easy to control. But I'm only burning when we're in space anyway. So if you were going to optimize this, you'd probably want the Reliant engine, but whatever. Okay, that didn't seem to make that much difference. Alright, engaging the landing engines now. A little bit concerned, because these do need to get us there and back. Or at least they need to get us to the actual landing stage, which I'm beginning to think they won't. Which is going to be an issue for us, for sure, for sure. Yep, those are going to get us to the moon. But we will not have any Delta V left to actually land on the moon. Right. Right. That's not a great plan, I don't think. Okay. Well. We're gonna try it. I believe. So now we're gonna stage. And again. Right, the more observant among you may have noticed we no longer have any landing legs. And, yep, we're gonna land on the engine. That's the plan. It'll probably work. It's not gonna work. We're gonna die. Jeb's gonna be killed doing this. Okay. Right, this is where we have to make a decision. We either attempt the landing and potentially get Jebediah Kerman killed, or we acknowledge the fact that we can't do it this time and we go home and we try and not get Jebediah Kerman killed. What would you guys prefer to see? I'm thinking we probably should go home and keep Jeb alive. You know? But, you know, I acknowledge that that's kind of lame, but I just don't think we've got the Delta V to land and escape and deorbit without Jeb being toasted. So I'm thinking we grab all the science we can from low above the moon and we just, like, burn out of here. Before Jeb becomes a stuck on the moon. That would not be good. Having that periapsis is actually super useful. I did not... Uh-oh, we got trapped in the moon's orbit again. Ah, well, periapsis is now, it's a little bit different. There's not a whole lot we could do about that now. We're gonna burn quite hard to try and slow Jeb down a bit. Okay, we'll save a little bit of Delta V for the final. Probably around about here would be a good time to start burning. Maybe here? Here seems good. Just slow our descent down a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. Okay, Jeb, this is it. You're coming in hot, I'm not gonna lie. I know you've come in hot before and survived, but this is probably the hottest that you've come in. Yep, you're coming in at very, very fast. I will acknowledge that this is very quick. He will probably pass out. Hopefully, he regains consciousness before he impacts the ground. Jeb. 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 Come on, Jeb. Jeb. You gotta wake up, Jebediah. Come on. There we go. Parachute deployed. Oh, we're gonna be at... Wait, what? What do you mean it was destroyed? Ah! Well, he's dead. let us try that one again. Okay, so I think the clear issue is that we did not have enough oomph at the beginning, so we should strap on more of these rockets. Yes, more rockets, and then, you know, another issue is clearly we didn't have enough fuel for this one. So let's strap on more fuel, and then let's like optimize this a bit by switching out that engine for a handy dandy Reliant is what I want. Right. The overall weight of the rocket has increased. However, I'm hoping that it will be enough to get us to the moon. And back again. The moon and back again by Frodo Baggins. Once again. So eyeball. Oh, I think we went past it that time. Mark 1 eyeballs never let me down. We'll be fine. Right, launch. It's funny, I thought that would be slow enough for the parachute, but apparently not. Oh, hang on. There is one thing I have to do. Which I honestly thought about as I was trying to make the decision of whether or not I should land. I need to upgrade this so that the Kerbal can actually EVA. I kind of want to upgrade this so we can get surface samples, but that is a lot of our money. And by a lot of our money, I mean like almost all of our money. Ah, well, what's life without a little risk, am I right? Okay. We're ready. Plus, at least now Jebediah can potentially eject from his burning spacecraft. Should the same thing happen again, you know? Okay, that looks ideal to me. Yeah. Launch. Alright. We're going. Alright, the new and improved rocket is working well. Very clearly got us out of the atmosphere this time. And then we have the Reliant engine now, which hopefully... I'm going to wait until we're actually fully out of the atmosphere before I use it. Hopefully this will push us the rest of the way. Or at least, if not rest of the way, then hopefully it will get us at least far enough that we can have some of our, like, landing engines left. This is not the most efficient way of doing this, for the record. I know. I gave it extra fuel, and I gave us another, like, first stage. I'll be surprised if this doesn't... Okay. Stage. Poodle engines. I am going to burn some of our main fuel as well. Try and get us there. Okay, we do have some of the landing engines left. Not much, but some. I think I eyeballed it. Okay, I did. Okay, we've got kind of enough. I think. I think we've got enough. I think we can make this work. Gonna burn quite hard to deorbit. Or to orbit, I should say. Okay, that should do. Okay. Now this is where the fun begins. I have to deactivate this engine. I don't really have an option. If I burn too much more of that fuel, we won't have enough to escape the moon. And Jeb will... Well, I don't think he signed up for that. I'm going to put it that way. However, I don't think I've got enough fuel in just the landing engines alone to do this. So we will have to activate this engine. I'm going to give this a thrust limiter though. We're going to kind of pray that that's enough. Okay, well, we are landing. We are landing on the moon one way or the other. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Everyone, take your seats for landing. Begin the burn. Okay, I think we're gonna be okay. Gonna let it just go a little bit further. Yeah, we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. So I'm just gonna switch to the ground view. We're coming in a little hot, if I'm honest. But, you know, I think we're gonna be okay. Okay, the main engines are gonna shut down pretty soon. Like now. So now we're relying on that last engine to do the last of the work here. 50, 40, 30, 20, here we go. That's the landing burn complete. Barely 80 meters above the ground there, but that's fine. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. We gotta be very efficient with this. Touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the lunar surface. We have some Delta V left. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to actually get us home, but we've got some. There's 40 science. 32 science. Alright. One small step for Kerbal. Uh-oh. One small step for Kerbal. One giant leap for Kerbal kind. Whee! Let's take a surface sample. The darker midland surface appears to be made up of basaltic rocks. I don't really know how to say that. EVA report. Perfect. Okay, are we close to any other lunar environment? Not really. There is like a crater nearby, is that correct? Yeah, there's a big crater over here. I wonder if we go to the crater, will we get different research? Let's find out. Alright, come on, Jeb. You're going to go for an EVA this time, alright? Ah! Does his EVA jetpack not refuel anymore when he goes onto the thing? Because that could be an issue for us. Okay. I believe the nearest crater is this way. I'm trying to drive and open my laptop. That's a bad idea, if I'm honest with you. Hi, Jamin. Hello, William, by the way. Okay, this is the crater, presumably? Okay, alright. Burn backwards, burn backwards, burn, burn, burn. How much fuel do I have? Yeah, we're fine. We got plenty of fuel. Okay, well, I hope we get different EVA stuff from this, otherwise I will cry. I also would love to know why there's like graphical glitches, but I realize it's an old game, so. Okay, hello. EVA report? Dust is everywhere. Damn it. It's the same EVA stuff. Alright, we gotta get back home now. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We have enough fuel to get home, probably. As long as we can actually find the rocket. Does anyone see? Ah, I see it. Okay, burn, 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 burn. We need to have some EVA propellant left. See, look at that. I don't remember that being a thing before. Evan Stranger, I feel like you're the Kerbal Space Program guy. Why is it doing that? Ooh. Sorry, Jeb. Alright, Jeb. It's time to see if we can get you home. No guarantees, though. I missed the pod. Okay, hang on. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Here we go. The moon doesn't spin, does it? No, it just goes one direction. Right. Pray. Whoa, we are low on Delta V, boys. Oh my god, should I like try and put him in an orbit so he doesn't crash and die? Okay, I think we gotta try and escape the moon. That won't be enough to escape, I don't think. Right. Stage. Jeb, there's only one thing we can do. You're not gonna like it, but desperate times call for desperate measures. How much fuel do you have? Excellent. This is gonna take a bit of doing. Push Jeb. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh no! Wait! No! Okay, Jeb, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not looking great. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. If I'm honest. That's the wrong way. That's gonna push us the wrong way. Okay, let's face the right way. Prograde. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We got this. We got this. We got this. He's got enough oomph. I promise you. He'll be fine. See? Okay. Look at his orbit right now. Kind of lame. Kind of sad. We burn up. We burn up. I don't know if this is making any difference. How much fuel do you have? Well, let's just burn it all. Let's see if that fixes the issue. He's currently burning at a speed too slow to register on any device. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, Jeb. You can do this, Jeb. I believe in you. We can get this home. We can bring you home. Okay, let's see if that made any difference whatsoever to the actual orbit. Okay, guys. Remember that it's currently 281.165, right? 281.165. Everyone remember, 281.165. Nope, sorry, hang on. 281.161, sorry. No, he's not dead. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be A-okay. Oh, damn it. Damn it, Jeb. Damn it, Jeb. I need you to not knock it off course, please. How much electric charge do we have? We're gonna be okay. Okay. Getting a little bit worried about the orbit speed now, Jeb. Wait, if I time warp it, doesn't it stop moving if I remember correctly? Oh no, 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 no. Jeb, 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 you gotta push it. Jeb, we have to push it. Jeb, if we can't push this up, we're dead. Yes, yes, yes. The orbit kind of accelerated there for a bit. Did you see that? We've got this. We can do this. Jeb, push! Push like your life depends on it, because it does. Okay, we need you to get back in now. So that you can, like, stop it from spinning around. Did it make any difference? 282. Okay, we gained a kilometer. We gained a kilometer from doing that. This is gonna work. It's gonna work. Trust me. It's gonna work. Come on, Jeb. Okay, get underneath it. How much EVA fuel do they bring? Like, in the capsule with them? I bloody hope it's a lot. No, he's not gonna die. He's gonna be fine, alright? He's gonna be fine. We just gotta escape the moon's gravity, and then potentially we can send a rescue mission to come pick him up. Or we can try and decelerate him just with the EVA jetpack. I don't know if that's gonna be uber possible, but we could definitely give it a go. Might be able to time warp to speed this process up a bit. Okay, well. I wonder how much Delta V is in an EVA jetpack. Okay, we've burned all we can burn. The moon is still quite close underneath us, if I'm honest with you. How much extra oomph did we gain from that? 293. Okay, you see, we gained 10 kilometers in orbit from that. Which is like, not nothing. It's for sure not nothing. It's just not quite enough, I think is the word that I'm looking for. But, you know, what else can we do? Come on, Jeb. Okay, hang on. Okay, Jeb, it's really important that you push really hard now, okay? Like, it's now or never. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you can't do this in the next, like, couple minutes, we will die. You're gonna die from impacting the ground. I don't think your EVA jetpack has enough fuel for me to, like, use it to not die here. Uh-oh. It's spinning. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I've got a plan. We jettison the heat shield. Okay. The reason why we do that is so that it's a little bit lighter to push with the EVA jetpack, and the actual act of jettisoning the heat shield will give us a little bit more... Oh, sorry, that's not what I want. Will give us a little bit more delta V, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah. This is working. Yeah, that was a good button, Jeff. That was a great button. Did we make any progress? Yeah, we're at 302. How much do we need to escape the moon's gravity? Come on, Jeb. Come on, Jeb. You can do this, Jeb. It's literally now or never, though, Jeb. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't do this very quickly, you will be dead. So, like, if there's ever a time to, like, bring your A game, it's now. Uh-oh. The pod is spinning. Okay, that is a good position. So we'll stop it there. I mean, at some point, we might just have to try and put Jeb into orbit and abandon the capsule altogether. Because I don't know if this little jetpack here is going to have enough. I'm also imagining that at some point we're going to be running out of electricity, which is going to be an issue. 302. Okay, everyone remember 302. Okay, we didn't hit anything. We're going to go directly underneath the spacecraft here. Then we're going to burn as hard as we can. Burn! Burn, Jeb! Ah, damn it. I could see his little head just like worming its way towards the back. That was not good. It's not a great burn. It was definitely a burn, but it wasn't a great burn. We could do this. We could do this. Oh my god. Wiki says Seoul is almost 10 times what you're getting to. Oh. The Canadian space program is not going great, if I'm honest. But this is a really good burn from Jeb here. He's gonna make this as difficult as possible. He will not go down. He will not go easily into that good night. Okay, so we were at 302. I'm gonna risk like almost running out of EVA propellant here, just to see if we've made any difference. We really need to like see like 50 kilometers. We've managed to burn basically nothing. Okay, that's not good. Right. Right. That's bad. It's becoming decision time now. It is becoming decision time. I'm pretty sure we have infinite EVA fuel if we have the capsule. So like, it is like infinite propellant if we can use it. However, clearly, I don't think this is, unless as we start exiting the gravity of the moon, this starts like significantly increasing. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off with this. So there comes a couple more options. We can revert to hangar and keep Jeb alive, or we can try and escape the orbit with just Jeb. I don't know if we can revert from Jeb's point of view. Okay, unless this is making like, unless we gain like 20 kilometers, I don't think this is gonna work. I don't think this is the strategy. It would like work if we were basically there, but we're not basically there, and that is the issue. Okay, are you... No, this is not gonna make it. There's no way that's gonna make it. Okay. Abandon the pod. Jeb, you're gonna have to do it via EVA. You'll be fine. Probably. Okay, burn. We're gonna try and use all the EVA propellant for this, I think. Is that enough? Is that enough? Can I leave now? Moon, please. Please let me leave. Okay, if we can't escape the moon's orbit by the time we have 1.5 EVA fuel left, we're gonna have to try and put Jeb into orbit around the moon. That would be the last thing that could possibly save his miserable existence. So we have to make a decision now. Oh, we've got to be so close to like escaping the moon. We have to be. We're gonna burn to 1 point. We've got to be close. We have to be close. He's almost out of EVA fuel, but he's got to be close, right? Okay, we've got 20% EVA fuel left. We're still not out of the moon's gravity. Uh-oh. Okay, this has got to be it. Surely that's enough. Surely. It's not enough. It's not enough. Okay, we're just going to have to burn through the rest of our EVA fuel. It's fine. It's fine. If we can't escape, we'll have to revert. Holy Jesus. Alright, That's it. We're out of EVA fuel. This is as high as we can go. Well, that's not good. All right, fine. So, that didn't work. We gave it a solid college try, but we did not manage to escape. So, I think the issue we had was simple. We just did not have enough Delta V. So what we'll do is we'll just strap on another set of these, and that'll be enough, probably. Never mind. That makes it a little bit more complex. I was hoping not to have a complex thing, but that's fine. We'll just do that, and then we'll do like that. How about that? Yeah. Okay. Attempt 2. Lunar landing. Right. Burn. Everything is going according to plan at the moment. Burn is going well. We're going to run out of solid fuel of the small boosters pretty quickly. That's fine. That's fine. Restage. Wait. Uh-oh. Okay. Looks like I forgot to start one of the other solid fuel boosters. So we're just going to have a solid fuel booster burning for a little bit. But that's fine. This is good, even. This will make sure we get through the atmosphere. I hope. Just burn, burn, burn. Okay, then burn again. Okay, now I really do need to have enough. I need to have enough. We need to have enough to get here and back. We need to use not as much fuel as we did last time. I am going to activate this engine again now. Yeah, okay, this is looking better. This is looking good. I think we're going to have enough fuel. Jeb, you might survive this time. Okay. Point retrograde. I am going to shut down that engine. 'Cause that is my uber important engine, you know? That must not be used unless we really need to. Because that's our go home engine. And as we discovered, going home is important. Okay, we're going to pull it as close as we dare. Yeah, I would say this is looking good. This is looking great. We're going to be just fine this time, boys. I admit last time didn't go according to plan. But, you know, these things happen. Let's not get bogged down with whose fault is whose. Okay, I actually want to land a little bit past this crater. I want to land like on the edge of this big crater. Because I think then we'll get 2 biomes this time. Yeah, somewhere like here looks good. Somewhere like there. You know it's bad when you're close enough to actually see the... Okay, I think it's probably time to begin the burn before we die. We're gonna be okay, guys. We're gonna be okay. Alright, this looks like a perfect place to land. Mostly because it's directly below where we're falling. Okay, we're gonna hold off on doing any more burns for a little bit. Just gonna let it fall. Just gonna let it fall. Just a touch. Just a little bit. And then at 500 meters, we're gonna begin our final burn. So now. There we go. Gently Bentley. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, Lunar Landing Mark II, Electric Boogaloo. Much more successful than the last lunar landing. Let's observe the goo. Yep. Yep. We already did that one. Log the pressure data. Do a crew report. Let's take a surface sample. Let's do an EVA report. Right. You know what? Let's just head straight home. Let's just hope that this time I've done it correctly. Okay. Right. Gonna burn up a little bit. And then we're gonna try doing this more legitimately. Okay, then we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till we get to the very top of our apoapsis here. Then we're gonna burn. And we're gonna pray. Everybody pray to whatever gods you believe in. Okay. We are now in orbit. We are now in orbit around the moon. Good. 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 Now, the plan is simple. We go here, which is like kind of pushing against the orbit of the moon a little bit. It's not perfect, but you get the idea. Because this is also decelerating us for our re-entry, is the plan. Okay, that's gotta be enough. Yes, okay. Now, where is the highest point of this orbit? I think it's over here. That's my guess. Wait till we're going as slowly as possible. It's got to be right about here. Point retrograde, burn hard. Pray. Pray. Oh my god, please. What's the... Ooh, it's gonna be close. Okay, I think we can do it. Oh, I think we'll make it. That was very close to disaster. We're within 62 kilometers, so we should just about enter the atmosphere. But it is like just barely. Like this is it. This is all the burning we're gonna get, or all the deceleration we get to do is this. I mean, it is making a difference. It's just not making a huge difference, you know? Don't think we're close enough to actually like burn up, to be honest with you. Well, we managed to dip in. That's good. That's great. Let's go to our handy-dandy apoapsis again here. Right here. Here's a strategy for us. You've seen this strategy before, in fact. Jeb. Can you take an EVA report? Oh yeah, cool. Jeb. You know what to do. Get out and push. Well, at least we know how much difference this was making now. And the answer was basically none. Uh-oh. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no. There it is, there it is. That was very lucky. The chances of me seeing that were quite small. Okay, Jeb, get back in the capsule before you die. Oh, I don't like what this camera is doing. Okay, yeah, that drops us down to 21. See? Works perfectly. Good news, Jeb. You're coming home. Bad news. It's gonna be quite a harsh re-entry. So, like, you probably want to be facing retrograde, and you probably want to stage. Buckle up. All right, we are coming in hot, I believe is the word. We'll be fine. Jeb's barely experiencing any Gs right now. He's fine. Our heat shield is overheating. Mm-hmm. 3 Gs. 4 Gs. Is that 5 Gs just about? Excellent. Excellent. Well done, Jeb. Okay, now I'm not going to be over enthusiastic with the parachute this time, because last time it killed him. So we're just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Gonna wait. Gonna keep waiting. Okay, I think now's a good time. Parachute. Well, Jeb. Welcome back. Welcome home. Welcome home. Success! We landed on the moon and returned him with only a little bit of jetpack pushing this time. Whew. Okay, I don't really want to do this one, to be honest. I just don't want to have to rendezvous 2 vessels in the orbit of the moon. I find the whole rendezvous thing quite annoying. But, you know, what can you do, right? These guys want to orbit the moon and land on the moon. That could be a difficult process for us. None of those are useful. That would be useful if we had... Okay, let's have a look here. What do we need? I will need a hitchhiker's storage container if I'm gonna bring a bunch of people to the moon. Electrics. not like super useful. That I don't really need right now. I don't need any aviation stuff right now because I'm not doing any of that. Okay, if I grab fuel systems and heavy rocketry, that makes it worth it, I think. And then we can do, like, I don't know, advanced construction maybe? I don't really think I need any of that. So then we can do space exploration, I suppose. I suppose. I really want command modules, because I guess I don't actually have a 2.5. I'm gonna have to grab advanced construction, I think. Okay. Alright. Make a space plane to go around Mimas. I don't think we've got the capacity for that, to be honest. Okay. This is gonna be a strat of all time. This may involve death, I'm gonna be honest with you. 50-50. 50-50. Right, command pod. Step 1. Step 2, parachute. Step 3, more parachutes. Right. Weird. I need some way to adapt. Oh my god, this is dumb. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. No one's gonna come back from this, I can tell you that right now. Right. Uh-huh. This looks like a plan. Fill it up with tourists. My cat is currently... I think he's currently sleeping, so I don't think I'm gonna wake him up, I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm currently trying to think of a way for me to do this without, like, totally killing everybody. Somehow we have to rendezvous 2 vessels around the moon. Which I'm thinking, like, it would just be easier to send, like... Okay, what is your plan here, Max? Talk me through it, because I don't know. I need to get quite a few tourists to the moon, but I don't think I've got enough stuff to get it done right now. I don't think I've got enough science. I've got 21 science. I don't have aviation, which is kind of the way that you would get, like, cheap science. So... What if we did something like this? What if we put together, like, the crappiest ship of all time? Gave it, like, a couple of decouplers, and then, like... Welcome back to, technically, a space plane. Question is, can it fly? And the answer is, I've got no idea. I've got no clue. We're gonna figure it out, though. Alright, so, and then we just, like, give it a payload. Back here, maybe. I'm gonna give it, like, some science stuff. One of those. A couple of these clipped into it, because that makes perfect sense in the world of Kerbal Space Program. Right. I mean, this will fly, right? Technically, it'll be fine, probably. The plan is quite simple. However, it's also quite stupid. I don't really have the stuff to make a proper space plane yet, obviously. So, we're just gonna kind of yeet this into space, and then, you know, hopefully we'll be able to fly it on landing so that we land, like, in the North Pole, is the plan. That's the plan. I have no idea if it will work. It doesn't have to go, like, uber far. It just needs to get to, like, the North Pole. That is way too big for what we're trying to do here. That will work. I mean, I don't know if it will work, to be honest with you. I'm thinking, and I may be wrong, but I'm thinking that this will die on takeoff, to be honest with you. But we're gonna hope and pray. Because I think the lift from the little winglets are gonna push it to the side. So what we're gonna have to do is burn the swivel engine. Alright. Buckle up, guys. I don't think there's anything clipping. I think we should be okay. Right. Engage burn. I want to somehow flip this a little bit towards the north side. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried might happen. Right, that didn't work at all. So, what can we do to make this better and less likely to die? More winglets. Clearly that's the answer. Loki looks like an Elon Musk starship, but he was high while designing it. Okay, well, that hurts a little bit, not gonna lie. Okay, what if we just, like, focus on trying to escape it? But the more speed we have, the more lift it's gonna generate. Okay, what if we just touch nothing? Yeah. This seems to be working well so far. Just gotta get out the atmosphere and then we can start doing the burn, I think. We might have started that too early. Uh-oh. Okay, we lost a winglet. We might be okay. I think we're not okay. We are not okay. Come on, we can do this. Come on, you can do this. I believe in you. There we go. Okay, I've regained control, kind of. It's really wanting to pitch down quite hard. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Okay, we're in space. There should be no further interference. Are we close to the North Pole? Not really. That might be a bit to glide, if I'm honest. We're just gonna try. Okay, now I need to burn like this way. Really hard. Right. Well. Good luck, guys. I think this looks like a good place to land, right? This looks like a great place to land. I'm excited to see what lives down here. We may be coming in a touch too hot. Okay. This does not appear to be working, per se. I can't pull up. Mayday! We're going down! Okay, that didn't work at all. Don't you see the clipping on the starboard wing? The starboard wing. Oh yeah, that is clipping. Right. Right, it's still clipping. We might have to do... There's a simple solution to this. And I love simple solutions. Just pull it all down. Do like 5 of them. Boom. Okay, right. Slight issue. Doesn't look like this is generating enough lift to actually fly. So, what if we just like made a kind of biplane thing? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll be fine. Right? Clipping is sorted. Now we just like strap on a butt ton of these. Yes. Okay, we'll be fine. Launch. Okay. The quest to the North Pole continues. It's not a mini space shuttle, it's better than the space shuttle. Launch. Slight issue. We have increased the lift that is pushing us this way. Yeah, that was inevitable, wasn't it? I'm not sure we've got the stuff for this. You know, I'm not sure we have the necessary science unlocked to make this work. So what if we did it a different way? Okay, so the plan is simple. We will make a thing. We will make a thing. It's gonna look like this. Alright? Then we just like strap a butt ton more of these wings onto it. Right? Because this will probably fly now, right? Probably? That's probably enough. And then a payload. And then we just like strap a science thing in here. Science. And having strapped the science thing in there, we strap on a bunch of control stuff. Like as many as we can possibly fit, I think, is what we need. Yeah, I can still reach that. And then we just do like We don't actually need too many. That's probably fine. I'm going to be honest with you. My plan is that we don't enter the atmosphere at 1,000,000 miles an hour, so hopefully we don't need it, but if we do, it's there. Okay, and then we add a rudder, right? And this is like the glider portion. This would fly, probably. If I fill it with crew, does it change the, like, anything, or is it all good? It does change the weight a little bit, but it's only a little bit. This would fly. This would fly. 100%. Oh, no. Now, the question is, how do we get it to fly? The answer, super simple, okay? Step 1, the coupler. Step 2, we add a massive fuel tank. I will admit that this is going to negatively affect the weight distribution, but I will get to that slight issue in a minute. Then we add a swivel engine. And then... Now this is where the genius comes in, okay? We do 2 of these. You may be wondering, Max, wouldn't it just be easier to build a space plane at this point? Yes, it would be, but we don't have the tech, so this is what we're doing instead. Can I slide this back anymore? Yeah, I can. Okay, so we put that there. Then we give it one of these guys, right? Yep. Right, now, for the whole landing portion of this. So, this has to have its own landing legs, obviously, so that it can land successfully when we get to the North Pole, which I'm sure we'll get to without any major loss of life. For some reason it's not letting me put it like directly in the middle. Isn't that off to the side? No, that's in the middle. Uh-oh. No. I need that. So this is how we land. Right? And then we just like strap on a bunch of these and we'll be fine. You may have to pay to upgrade the thing, just for the record. But if that's what it takes to get this to fly, so be it. So be it. I mean, like, this will probably work, right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, this will be fine. Alright, what do we need? We got to do a little bit of upgrading here. Hopefully we've got the money. Yeah, it's not that bad. That's not that bad. Okay. We're ready. We're ready. And then for my final trick, I'm going to add one of these to the top here, where we will then add a solid fuel booster just to get us up to speed on the runway. So, the way this works, that detonates. These all launch at the same time, and then we fly. That's the plan. Okay. Well, let's see. Ignition. It kind of worked. It kind of worked. Hang on. I think the slight issue that I made here was that, did that change the weight distribution? No, did not. Okay. What if we like got rid of this? You know, that was stupid. We don't need it. I want the weight to be behind. Otherwise it'll flip and we'll die. So I need to maybe just like, will that be enough? That looks pretty close. And I need to strut this together. Can I move any one of these back? How much lift do you think these winglets generate? Probably not much. If I had to guess. Which I suppose I do. But that looks good. Okay, so we fly to orbit. Then we separate everything. And then we succeed, hopefully. Okay, that's not a great start. Oh. Okay, I think we're there. I think this will fly. This will do it. Just won't fly very stably. Okay, so like we start. We're losing something. Oh, okay. No, that's not doing it. What do we think the problem is? Do we think maybe we're not producing enough lift? What if we strap on a few of these basic fins? Huh? Honestly, the fact that I'm doing this all to try and get just enough science to like make a proper space plane this is pretty dumb. I'm not gonna lie to you. Come on. We have liftoff. HMS space plane is in the air. Holy Jesus. It's working. Oh. Okay. I would say that the controlling it is difficult, for sure. I'm trying to move so we're facing towards the north. Okay, we're heading north. We are officially heading north. This is working. This is working well. Oh my god. It's working. It's working. It's steady. It is steady as a rock. Look at that. This may be the best space plane ever designed by humanity. I don't think it's actually going to make it all the way to the North Pole. But we will see how far she can go. Okay, I actually am not convinced that we want to leave the atmosphere with this thing. Based on the fact that we might not be able to get back once we do. Okay. Right. We stage now. Everything is going fine. Mostly because we're in space, basically. Just to confirm, I've got all the research that we can get. No, we didn't get any upper atmosphere. Okay. Now, the slight issue is, of course, what comes up must come down. bet we don't have any of the stuff from the upper atmosphere in here either. Yeah, there's 9 science. 10 science. 7 science. Alright. Let's collect. No. Okay. Here we go. We all knew that landing would be a process, right? Currently, this doesn't seem to be a disaster. It's gonna flare a little bit. Oh, we're using up our electricity quite quickly. Could be an issue. Possibly. Wow, we are using up our electricity very quickly indeed. Okay, we deploy the landing gear. Oh, that slowed us down. It's like having huge air brakes. Okay, slight issue. These are not entirely sure which way they're supposed to be going. What if we just deactivate that for pitch and that? Come on, pull up. Okay, I was hoping to land this like a space plane, but I'm not sure what happens when we run out of electricity. Okay, everything stops responding. Uh-oh. Parachute. Parachute. Parachute? Parachute? There we go. Okay, I got a little bit worried there. Ladies and gentlemen, the space plane is down. And technically on its landing gear as well. I would say that was a great success. I assume we've observed the goo already. No, we haven't. Excellent. Okay, and then let's get back in and recover the vessel. Huh? What do you guys think? That worked? You guys don't seem as impressed with me as I feel, you know? We made the worst possible space plane, and we got quite far, and now I can finally actually unlock the aviation tree. New challenge, land at the Cove launch site. I don't think we can do that, if I'm honest with you. Right, that was terrible. It, like, technically worked, but if you have to go down to technicalities, that's not a great sign. Epic, awesome, best. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anything I can do here? Rescue someone from low carbon orbit. I don't really think there's a lot we can do there. Okay, so now we can make a proper space plane, kinda. slight issue is this is our only method of thrust so far, and those are quite small, obviously. But we can do something like this. And then we can add the tiny little engines here, right? And then we can add, you know, the payload. And we can add the small circular intake. Open that bad boy up. We can probably afford that as well, I hope. I'm going to get rid of that one. I don't think we need that many. And I'm going to add a battery this time, since last time we almost died because we ran out of electrical power. This time, I'm going to learn from my mistakes. So, mystery goo, yes. Barometer, yes. Thermometer, yes. Now, the only problem with this is we're not actually getting any money for doing it, but whatever. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay, now we just need a landing gear. One up front, and then a couple behind. Excellent, and then we should have a wing that we can use now, right? I mean, we don't have that many, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, a wing is a wing is a wing, isn't it? It's a straight wing for now, but a straight wing will do. A couple of those. Check that. It needs to be moved back a bit, which is fine, because I'm about to give it one of those, and one of those. So in theory, this should be a plane that can fly right now. Hello, Bean. Hello, Fireflash. Yes, well, I mean, you'll see what I'm making. Right, so in theory, this should fly. It's not going to fly very fast, but it should fly. That's a bad start, if I'm honest. Let's try that again. You do have to wonder why this is not. Just needs a little bit of a push to get going, you know? So far, this doesn't really appear to be flying, per se. Mostly because I don't think we're generating enough thrust. Well, Jeb, you better pray that you can get it in the air pretty quick, because it's coming. Here we go. Are you flying? No. Right. Back to the drawing board. I think the solution here is objectively simple, isn't it, really? All we do is we grab, you know, a couple of these, stick one there, stick one there. Better check the weight distribution after this. How is it? Does it look like it can fly? Yeah. Okay. Now it should fly, I hope. Hello?
Okay, I need to ask you something.
Nope, I'm fine. My dad just had to ask me a question, so, you know. She'll have the slow braised beef.
Song for dancing.
She'll have counting stars is what she wants. Well, this space plane of ours is not really working very well, to be honest with you. I think it might work better if I move these back just a touch. And to be honest, I still don't really trust that I can land it, so I'm going to strap on some parachutes. There we go. That should work, I hope. Now enters the next phase of the design process, which is how do we actually get to orbit with what we've currently got. Right, so we need to strap on a couple fuel tanks. First off, this will be what propels us to space, I hope. And then on top of that, we'll add some of these swivel engines. Like that. And then we'll just kind of, I don't know, you know, strap on some aerodynamics. Hopefully the fact that that is clipping is not terrible. We'll do that. Right. So, the center of mass is here. The center of lift is there. That is an issue, but one that can be easily fixed, hopefully, by simply strapping on a couple of these wings. I need one more. Okay. Right, this will fly. Probably. Oops. Just want to undo that super quick. Oh, I want to undo that again. Right. Yes, this looks like something you would want to be on. Isn't, like, the runway you want me to land on just the short one? We're trying to go to the North Pole. If I get to the North Pole, then we can start. Is it not the island? Is it a different one? Boomerang launch site. I only see the 3. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to actually start all of the engines all at once. Okay. Well, it flies. It's always a good sign. And you made a space. It kind of flies. Uh-oh. It, like... This might work. If we just, like, strut this all together. It'll work, probably. Probably. Yeah. There we go. Now it'll fly. Now it'll fly. Watch this. We'll take off nice and easy. We'll be able to head north, and then we'll have to immediately revert to hangar because I've only got Jeb in here right now, and I need all of them. Okay. Well, that did not go quite according to plan, but that's fine. My bad, my bad. However, is the discoverable water launch site if you fly up the coast. Right, boom, boom. Okay. The flight to the North Pole. I used to watch HOC Gaming do, like, the drive to the North Pole, which, like, kind of a mad lad for pulling that off, not gonna lie. Right. Pray. Love to know what those graphical glitches are. But also maybe it's best I don't know. Okay. Lift off. We have liftoff. The plane is flying. Somewhat. Okay, now we do evade. Evade. Oh. Okay. That didn't go according to plan. I think because we don't have enough tail fins on the back. Yes. That looks like a real plane now. If you got to get within half a kilometer before you can use it. A water launch site. Is it like on the way to the North Pole? Oh damn it, hang on. It's like I might as well use all the engines, you know? So I think we're gonna have plenty of fuel. Okay, we're up. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's kind of it's kind of hard to control if I'm honest with you, but it's working. Okay, North Pole. Here we come. North Pole. There we go. Okay, we are going. This is currently looking good. You know? Uh-oh. This is currently looking great. Okay, we lost we lost the engines, but that was expected. You know, we're punching through the upper atmosphere right now. Everything seems to be going well. We did not quite make it to the North Pole on this one. Is that the cove down there? Is that the thing? Ooh. Okay, we're going a bit fast, if I'm honest. Okay, we're gonna see if we can get to this cove you guys are talking about. The only issue is we're currently in the very upper atmosphere, so we've got no air passing over the wings, which means that I don't really have a lot of way of controlling our anything right now. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. I mean, this is doing something, right? Not really. Okay, we'll have to wait till we get closer. Yeah, I'm surprised. I would have thought we would be getting so much air through here. Okay, guys, brace for impact a little bit here. There you go. Just do that. Yeah. Engines, hello? When are these gonna turn back on? Come on. How much air do you need? You guys are fine. Relax. There we go. Okay, we got the engines back. Okay, so it's this way, is it? Uh-oh. I'm trying to control this with a mouse and keyboard. You know, I think it might be time to put her down for a landing. This was only designed to fly, like, uber short distances at the North Pole. This is not really designed to fly, like, long distances at no speed whatsoever. Okay, I think we're coming in for a landing. That's it. I've decided. We're coming in. All hands brace for impact. Butter this landing. I mean, I'm on a keyboard, so I don't think butter is possible, but we'll definitely give it a go. Here we go, here we go. We're coming in. Gonna decrease the throttle a bit. Okay, here we go. It's looking good. It's looking good. Uh-oh. It's looking really bad. I can't see anything. I think we're still coming way too fast right now. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. And flare. Okay, no, no, no. We're still too fast. There's a little bit of a hill approaching. Okay, bounce. Perfect. Brakes, 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 brakes. Perfect. We're down. You know what I do need to do? I need to get Jeb out, EVA. Then I need to get Bill out. Should be a crew hatch, right? Is it Bill or Bob? Bob is the one I need. Open this guy up. Collect all of those. Get Bob out. Excellent. Then I just need to get, I guess, Bill in here so that I can do this. So that we can then do this. So that we can then, no, you, yep. Get you in here. Right. Now we begin the reboarding process. So, Bill. How do I... There we go. Transfer in there. Bob. Transfer in there. Jeb. Perfect. I really hate how loud they are, a little bit. I hope it's not too loud for you guys. Okay, here we go. It takes a little bit of, you know, a little bit of encouragement to get into the air, I would say. Ah, these engines are not really producing that much thrust, to be honest with you. Okay, where is this landing site you guys were talking about? Okay, so why does it keep glitching? Uh-oh. 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 Terrain. Parachutes. Emergency chutes deployed. See, that's why we bring them along. But when I inevitably make a mistake, that could have killed everybody. Perfect! Alright, we're good. We're good. Oh, thank you, Donut, by the way. I wonder if we can get going again from the water surface. I think the answer to that question is going to be a resounding no. But we will find out. That is not enough thrust. However, just 29 might be enough. But I'm a little bit worried that this is going to result in like everyone's death. It's just, I don't think we've got quite enough to get up again. Oh, wow. Thank you, Donut. I am rich now. You know, I can officially say that this channel is no longer paid for entirely by child labor. Unless Donut is a child, in which case then I guess it is. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it going in a straight line here. I assume once we get, like, onto the ground, we'll be able to get going again. The only problem is that, obviously, I already used my emergency parachute, so we can't really have something like that happen again. Otherwise, we will die. Okay, let's really race upwards here. Uh-oh. Okay, that is an issue. We may not be able to get going again now. We're currently going backwards. Okay, let's just brakes. Okay, brakes. Now engines. Forward. Yeah, okay, alright. We're moving. We're moving. I don't think this will be able to fly with just the two engines, if I'm honest with you. I think that may be us done. Considering that we can't even climb a small hill. However... Oh no, come on. Please. Max, do I want more money? No. That's plenty, thank you. I'm not that poor, you know. I appreciate it, but I don't want you spending all your money on me. I don't think this is gonna fly like this, to be honest with you. But maybe it will fly like this. What if I give it like a thrust limiter? Huh? I don't think we're going anywhere. To be honest with you, I think this is it. I just don't think we've got enough oomph anymore to do anything. Unless we let it like kind of run down. Ugh. I'd love to know why it's like pulling to the right so much. Oh, okay, well, that's gone entirely now. Yeah, I think this is the end of our little program. Well, I appreciate it, but like, you know, I don't want you spending all your money. Oh, Kerbal Space Program has crashed. That is a concern. Hopefully it's saved. is you killed the starboard wing engine, and because the two engines on the fuselage were blocked. Are you telling me that the engines on the fuselage did nothing that entire time? Oh. Oh no. When was the last save? Is this... Well, that did not go according to plan, if I'm honest. But I think we managed to get enough. Oh, we didn't. We didn't quite get enough. Right. We do anything that's like land on the moon? I'm not doing that. Is there anything that we could do that would be like uber easy, you know? To make some money? Donut's like money. Even if he did, you couldn't give him any money because you have to have at least 500 subscribers or something. And like, I think it's 3,000 hours of watch time. It took me forever. Okay, so apparently these engines were not working that entire time, which is an issue. So we need to fix that. So how about we like put them here and then like. So the engine is like clear. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. And then we need more oomph back here because we didn't actually manage to make it to where I wanted to go. So plan is simple. How expensive are these? That would be quite expensive. How expensive is this? Okay. What about this? Yeah. That looks more affordable for us. So now the plan is even simpler. We just like yeet ourselves as quickly as possible into space. Max, you should do a sit-up. Okay. Alright. I will do... If this crashes, I will do a sit-up. Fortunately, I know for a fact this isn't going to crash. Uh-oh. See? What did I tell you? What was that? Okay, this time we're going to make it to the North Pole, because this time all of the engines are working. So we will have more thrust to get there. And more thrust equals more speed, equals more science, equals supersonic flight, equals profit. Okay, we made a lot more progress there. I think we need to hold on. I feel like that was technically a crash. No, that doesn't count. Doesn't. Fine. I'll do 1.1. Okay, one sit up. Are you happy? Okay, that didn't really work, if I'm honest with you. The plan, I think, was good, but the execution was poor. This, I'm not convinced is going to work either, but you only know it if you try. Okay, that's not great. Hang on. Maybe we need like a wider wheelbase back here, you know? To make it more stable. Yep. Just put the landing gear on there. Perfect. Job done. Now it'll be super stable. Okay, also, what if we like just did that first? Yeah, Max, you'll have a 6-pack in no time. What, from 1 sit-up? Okay, if this crashes, I'll do 2. Okay, for some reason, Kerbal Space Program does not seem to be enjoying this anymore. I don't know why. It might have something to do with the massive solid fuel booster that I've strapped to the top of my thing, but... Okay. 1, 2. Okay. All right. That didn't go well. So what if we went back to having the wheels on the actual fuselage, but they were just a little bit wider? Okay, if I crash, I'll do 4. Okay, for some reason, Kerbal Space Program seems much happier with this arrangement than it was with the last arrangement, which makes no sense to me. Well, we are accelerating, and the end of the runway is there, so hopefully this works. Oh my god. Okay, alright. This is good, this is good. This is great. That worked. Alright. That gave us some free altitude and speed, right? Kinda? And we just turn north. See, usually we would have burned through like all of our liquid fuel already, but now we have an opportunity. Well, that was unexpected. Huh. I see. Are we any closer to the North Pole? Not really. I think we just have to, we'll just go with what we've got. If we can land on the mountains, we might be okay. Right? Oh, it won't let me accelerate because I'm still actually in the atmosphere. Okay, we're going to be using the emergency parachutes for this, for the record. Just not convinced that this is going to survive if we, you know, don't do that. Okay, let's make some drag. That's one way of making drag for sure. Okay. The engines are online. We're going for a mountain landing so I can get some more. Oh, I only brought Jebediah with me. Oh well. I believe that is dinner time, so unfortunately this will be the last of our excursions. So it's time to just deploy the parachutes And as this lands, I'll say thank you guys very much for watching, and maybe I'll see you after dinner. Maybe not. But if not, I'll see you in the next one. Assuming that we actually survive this. We're coming in a bit hot, honest with you. Well, a landing is a landing is a landing. Alright. Goodbye, folks.